going on.
Thank you so much.
Feel like $1 million.
Shout out TMZ, you up?
Let me check out that rig.
TMZ stands for the Mayweather Zone.
How'd you find me, bro? I got my disguise on.
I love my TMZ family.
Welcome to TMZ Sports. I'm Mike Babcock with my guy, as always, Mojo Muhtadi. Mojo, glad you just did that because Jake Paul is fighting back. Jake Paul, the problem child, has had it, Mojo, with people out there, especially prominent media personalities, accusing him of fixing his fights, of rigging his fights, of staging his fights. And he has taken big action here, Mojo. Jake Paul has hired one of the most prolific attorneys in the entire country, Alex Spiro, a guy who has, there's Alex, Mojo, a guy who has represented the who's who of clients. I'm talking about everyone from Jay-Z to Elon Musk, to Alec Baldwin, and a ton of other really prominent and influential figures, Mojo. Alex has represented all of them. Mayor Eric Adams, another one who has been represented by Alex. And I think it goes to show this is not something that Jake is just doing as a symbolic gesture, Mojo. No, you go and you get a guy, a shark like Alex Spiro, because you mean business. And again, that's exactly what we have been told here. Now, there is not anybody specifically, Mojo, that we were told that Jake was going after, but I've spoken with some people, and there are a number of different media people who have said similar things. The fights are rigged, they're staged. And one of those people being Piers Morgan, Mojo. Now, Piers Morgan, of course, there is Piers, very popular. I mean, he's got millions and millions of followers just on social media. He, not too long ago, this was around his Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. fight, Mojo. Here's Piers Morgan on X, Mojo. Breaking. I had a better fight with Jake Paul on Thursday than the unwatchable farce that took place tonight. The guy's lining his pockets with buckets of money, but he's killing boxing with this boring, staged bleep against older fighters way past their prime. So there it is, Mojo. The key word there is staged. You can say you don't like the fight, you can say all that, but it's the staged word that has Jake Paul very upset. Now, here is what Alex Spiro told us about being hired by Paul. I've been retained by Mr. Paul to pursue legal redress for the damages he suffered. If someone uses their public soapbox to harm him and the sport with lies, there will be consequences. So there's Alex, Mojo, saying, hey, we're not going to let you all get away with this. Now, Jake Paul also weighed in, Mojo. I've dedicated my life to boxing, and I will no longer let those with a public profile harm me or the sport I love and respect without consequences. He's fighting back, Mojo.
That certainly appears to be the case, Babcock. I don't know. I guess the lingering question in my mind is, why now, right? This has been the knock on him since, I believe, his first fight, right? Like, anytime you have these outside celebrities come in, and I'm not saying this is necessarily just a Jake Paul thing, but that seems to be the trend in sports right now, is let's bring in these outside celebrities. Let's book some dream matches, some super fights. Let's make a ton of money knowing that, you know, maybe no one really cares about what happens in the ring actually. But these allegations have been surrounding Jake Paul for a very, very long time now. So I'm just wondering why now. I mean, I don't know. Maybe his camp feels like his biggest fights are potentially behind him. Maybe there's something else coming up on the horizon. I don't know. We'd have to analyze the numbers, I suppose, to see, you know, where the financials are trending as far as ticket sales and merch and views. You know, of course, the Tyson fight broke all the records. So, I mean, maybe that's an outlier, maybe it isn't. But either way, you probably get to the point where if you're trying to preserve a legacy, or at least build one. In this case, you can't do it if everyone is saying everything that you do is fake. So, I mean, it could be that as well.
Yeah, Mojo, I think that's the end. I think you just hit on it right there, Mojo. I think the hope was in the Paul camp, not just amongst Jake, but amongst his people too, was that it would subside, that he would win some fights, he would look good, and that people would stop saying this. But it has not happened. I think you could actually argue perhaps it's even gotten worse as he has seemingly won bigger and maybe harder fights against legit boxers. I think, Mojo, that's the thing here. I think people should also remember, you can't fix fights legally. If any of this stuff were staged, these are real deal professional sanctioned boxing matches. There's a lot of money being bet on these events here. And if they were ever to have rigged these fights, that would quite literally be a felony that could send these people to prison.
Like I say, being a Laker is an honor, and I wanted to be here. So obviously, when you look up here, so many great names and what they achieved, I want to be up there too one day.
Luka, congratulations. I'm curious too for you. First, how do you plan to celebrate? Maybe today, this evening. How do you plan to celebrate this?
There's a surprise, so I don't know yet.
Oh, there's a surprise. Then we'll stay tuned.
Mojo, there was Luka Doncic signing a 3-year, $165 million extension with the Los Angeles Lakers. That's not too bad money, is it? Huge deal. Now, he referenced a big surprise, Mojo. That's how they were going to celebrate. Well, I know what the surprise was. It was a Backstreet Boys concert, Mojo, as Luka, a bunch of the Lakers executives, the owners, there she is, Jeannie Buss, at least I guess maybe former owner, partial owner still of the team, Mojo. Jeannie Buss was there. A bunch of, again, the executives were also in the building at the Sphere as they watched the big Backstreet Boys concert, Mojo. Now, a lot of the Lakers teammates were there as well, Mojo. Two who were not, actually. You might have heard of them. I think the last name is James. LeBron James and Bronny James. Two of the only Lakers who were not there. Bronny and the dad were actually golfing. So not saying there's any controversy, although some people have read into this, Mojo, and said, yeah, this just is further proof that there is a rift between Bron and the Lakers. I don't know. It seems like something there is going on that's not great. But bottom line is, Mojo, this was a huge contract for Luka and a super exciting time. Afterwards, this was pretty cool, Mojo. So Luka goes down and he meets with the Backstreet Boys. And look at this. Luka signs a card for Nick's son. And Nick, actually, we spoke with him earlier today, Mojo. He said it was an awesome experience. Very, very happy that he got to meet Luka as a big basketball fan. Big sports fan is Nick Carter. So a really cool thing, Mojo. And again, $165 million. Not too bad of a salary there for Luka Doncic.
Wait, Babcock, I'm confused. Is Luka joining the Backstreet Boys
like
here? Because he's dressed for the occasion. He's got the hair. He's got the look. I mean, he's got the moves.
He looks like one of them, Mojo. He looks like he could be part of the group.
They're trying to up the average height of the group, so they're looking at retaining Luka's services.
It's like 5'9" if you factor in Luka.
Yeah. Well, he can certainly buy his way onto the team if that's a factor at this point. 3 years, $165 million, loving every second of it. I mean, this was a surprise for him, so I'm assuming he was a big fan before and he actually wanted this. If not, that just makes this entire thing way better if he secretly hated the Backstreet Boys and the team.
Well, Mojo, he wasn't even alive. He was born in 1999. I mean, you could argue that the height of their fame was in the late 90s when Luka was not even born yet.
Maybe this was the team trying to get back at him for taking all their money. You take him to the Backstreet Boys concert and he doesn't even really know what it is.
Right.
I mean, whatever the reason was, this was great. This was a lot of fun. I will say this Backstreet Boys concert has been major business, business. I mean, there's people flying in from all over the world to come see this thing. People are really excited. I can't tell you how many friends I've had fly in from all over the country, even other countries, in order to see that. So, I mean, looks like everybody's having a fantastic time here, except for LeBron James, who needed a Zen-like feel so bad he had to go seek refuge on a golf course. I mean, he's probably seeing all that money that they just presented him with, and we're like, I got to get the hell out of here. I don't want any part of this. This is my team. Luka's coming in, getting all the shine, getting all the money now too. I got to figure something out. So that's my hunch right here, Babcock.
Chad Johnson raving about Jamar Chase. Wait until you hear what the former Bengals star has to say about their current top wideout. That's next on TMZ Sports. Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Mike and Mojo. Mojo, the Cincinnati Bengals, they've had a lot of really great wide receivers. Well, we ran into Chad Johnson, speaking of great wide receivers from the franchise, recently. And we asked him, Mojo, who is the greatest wideout in organization history? Being we asked Ocho Cinco, you would think it would be Ocho Cinco, right, Mojo? No, Chad actually thinks that it's somebody else. Take a look.
You feel like Jamar Chase.
He's the best player in the NFL right now.
I wanted to know, do you feel like he is the best receiver right now for the Bengals?
Absolutely. In the history of the Bengals franchise in general, yes. Absolutely.
Awesome. And what do you think sets him apart from everyone else?
Ooh, that's a good mentality.
So there it is, Mojo. I mean, a very humble comment from Chad. If you look at the statistics, obviously, Jamar has only played in 4 seasons, heading into his 5th season, undoubtedly going to have an amazing year. But the bottom line is that Chad owns all the records, receptions, receiving yards, touchdowns, all that stuff. But the bottom line is that Jamar is just on an incredible pace. And if he continues, he obviously will surpass Chad at some point here. But I thought that was a really mature answer from Chad. I was positive he was going to say it was him, Mojo. But no, Jamar Chase.
Yeah, I still keep calling him Ocho Cinco, but Chad Johnson, obviously known for having his fun, talking a lot of trash, backing it up, mind you, but still, there was zero hesitations here. And you don't even have to know football whatsoever. You just have to know basic math to look at that comparison of Jamar Chase's numbers next to Chad Johnson's numbers and just assume that it is not going to take much longer for him to already break all of Chad's records. I mean, he's on pace to do it in a little more than half of the time that Chad did, which is absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Take it another step. The initial answer to the question before he talked about being the best receiver of all time, he said he's the best in the entire NFL right now for all positions. If you're asking me, that's a way more important statistic than, one team's records for one position group. I mean, he's the best player in the entire NFL right now, and I think Chad Johnson would have a lot of support in making a statement like that. I mean, his numbers have been an absolute game changer, elevating the Bengals to a level, still not quite to where they want to be as a team yet, but he is certainly doing way more than his part to get this done. And again, you hear it from a legend like Chad Johnson. I mean, that carries significant weight. I mean, we see players all the time who never want to boost up the next guy, who are standing on their own legacies as if they feel like they have to protect their own name value. You're not getting any of that from Chad here, maybe because he feels like it's not even that remotely close.
Brock Lesnar makes a surprise return at WWE's SummerSlam. The Beast incarnate makes his presence known at MetLife Stadium when TMZ Sports rolls on right after this.
No matter how great you get, life throws you curveballs.
TMZ presents The Real Hulk Hogan, Tuesday at 8/7 Central on Fox.
Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Mike and Mojo. Mojo, the world, not just the wrestling world, the world, the sports world, still mourning the death of Hulk Hogan. We've got next Tuesday, a week from tomorrow, Tuesday, August 8th, 8/7 Central, Fox Primetime. We've got a show, again, looking at Hulk Hogan's life. We have talked to so many great people for this, Mojo. You see a couple of them named right there, I think, starting with Vince McMahon, who obviously does not talk very often, if ever. Harvey sat down with Vince McMahon, also sat down with Sylvester Stallone, of course, Rocky III. I mean, we've got Mick Foley, Bill Goldberg, Jimmy Hart, Mark Henry, and a bunch of other really enormous figures, Mojo, on this primetime special. Again, a week from tomorrow, August 12th, primetime, will air starting on Wednesday on Hulu. So stream it if you can't catch it on television. Now, Mojo, speaking of Vince McMahon and one of his real babies back when he was running the show at WWE, as you know, Mojo, better than anybody, was SummerSlam. SummerSlam went down over the weekend. It was a two-day event at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. I mean, a bunch of the biggest, your favorite wrestling stars competing, Mojo. There was a big return, Mojo. Brock Lesnar. I don't think anybody saw this coming, Mojo. Brock Lesnar was back. Brock Lesnar, John Cena. Absolutely electric moment. Watch this.
We have 4 months left to enjoy the greatness that is John Cena. What? Holy oh my God! It's the beast! It's the beast! The beast is back! Brock Lesnar! Brock Lesnar! Brock Lesnar! And that's SummerSlam!
This is a man built for one thing.
And Lesnar into the ring. And Brock Lesnar with John Cena on his shoulders. Brock Lesnar with an F5 to John Cena. On a night when John Cena went through an absolute war with Cody Rhodes.
Let's be honest, Brock Lesnar was never coming down here to commiserate with anyone. A message has been sent.
Mojo, I've been to a bunch of football games in that building. I don't think I've ever heard it that loud. That was an electric moment.
That's exactly where I was about to start, Babcock. That pop, as we call it, that reception, the second that guitar riff hits and you know it's Brock Lesnar, I mean, that was deafening. And I can promise you this, oh my gosh, I can personally attest to this, that whatever you think it sounds like on television is nothing to what those pops sound like in the arena. I mean, deafening is an overused word. I mean, that's deafening.
Yeah, Mojo, it's a football stadium. It's an open-air football stadium that fits like 70,000 people. It's shocking to me. It's not like it's a basketball arena where it's closed in. Like, my mind's blown at that.
I'm telling you, these pops are louder than anything I've ever heard being at or in any football game, NFL, college, like whatever it is. It's just ridiculous. And Brock Lesnar, I mean, this is one of those rare times in wrestling where there's a return or a moment that happens that nobody was expecting. I don't even think the commentators knew that this was happening. I mean, it was that insane, Babcock. I mean, this knocked everybody on their butt. I mean, John Cena's reaction, too good. I mean, this really made the entire show more so than any match. I mean, obviously there's a lot of stuff going on with Brock right now through his career. I mean, he's had his share of issues with the WWE. Sometimes he sued them and even won, you know, contract disputes, all these things. But Brock Lesnar's home is the WWE. And no matter what happens when that company, when he comes back, the place just absolutely goes nuts. So, I mean, this was very surprising to me. Another surprising thing, I have to mention it, even though I know you talked about it a bit ago, the fact that TMZ was able to get Vince McMahon to sit down for an interview about Hulk Hogan. As someone who was his employee for a decade, I know how crazy of a get that is. I actually didn't really quite believe you when you told me that you guys got him. I was like, wait, what? I mean, it took Netflix years in order to get that McMahon documentary. He was always violently against these things, didn't want a part of it whatsoever. And then here he is. You guys got him for Hulk. So I can't wait to see that. I know that's going to be a big one.
Everyone talking about Serena Williams' amazing transformation. Well, what does the tennis legend think about her new look? We'll ask the GOAT herself when TMZ Sports comes back right after this.
We just want to know, what's your message to like fans that are always monitoring the weight, monitoring everything? What do you say to them? I know it must get annoying at times.
Everyone looks great, you know?
Well, you look good.
Thank you.
Do you feel good?
I feel good, right?
Right, I guess that's what matters. I appreciate it. Ciao.
Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Mike and Mojo. Mojo, there was Serena Williams over the weekend in New York City. Now, a lot of people have been talking about how great Serena Williams looks. Look, she has documented her journey from having her second daughter, born in August of 2023. So celebrating actually a 2-year-old birthday this month, Mojo. And Serena has talked about openly how she lost 44 pounds. And I think people have seen her of late. They've seen her play tennis. You've seen her out and about, in New York City and such, Mojo. And again, I think a lot of people have said, wow, Serena looks stunning. And there she was. You look good, you feel good, and she's clearly feeling good.
Losing 43 pounds.
44, Mojo. Don't shortchange her.
Excuse me, Babcock. 44 pounds. My apologies here. That's just so ridiculous for a pro athlete, right? Who has maintained such a high level of conditioning. Yeah. I mean, based off of the workouts that she's used to, I mean, how much more difficult does your training have to be in order for you to lose 44 pounds? Like, I don't even want to know what that looks like. Remind yourself how long tennis practices and matches go for. This is just superhuman of her. So big congrats to her for that one.
Absolutely. Her abs in those photos that we just showed there from social media are ridiculous. I mean, six-pack on point right there. So shout out to Serena Williams, 43 years old. I wish I had even one ab, but I digress, Mojo. We're out of time here. We got to go. We got a bunch to talk about tomorrow, though, Mojo. It's going to be a great show.
That's right. Babcock and I are going to go hit ab day to catch up to Serena. We'll see you tomorrow where it'll be the best show since today.
I'm a lawyer.